Hi folks, so I'm gonna make a short video about how to properly park your rig in the campground. So right now we're actually just moving from one spot to another, but you know, it's all the same. So my first and foremost suggestion is, before you park at your spot, go and take a look at it. Make sure it's wide enough, it's long enough. So our rig is 30 feet long, so obviously when you're booking a spot you should put that in, and always drive really slowly, really carefully, be courteous, look ahead for the branches. The most common damages on the campgrounds is your rig hitting the branch, and that might cause some serious damage to AC or skylights. Most of the campground roads are one-way roads, so be aware of that as well, and plan your route ahead. A lot of times at the main office they'll give you a map and they'll draw with a pen or pencil which way you should go. The campsites are usually either back in or pull through. Obviously, if this is your first time and you have an option to book a pull through, this is much easier because you don't have to back in, but in our case this is a back in site. So there is our site on the left where the bicycles are, and the second most important rule: always have a spotter. Even if it's nice and clear and you can see everything, still have someone come out and guide you. You never know, there might be a kid, a dog, a branch, a little slope that you might not see. So in this case my dad is a spotter right there. So this is our site. This one has no hookups, so it doesn't really matter how I park exactly. But what you always want to do is, when you back in right here, you want to keep your rig as far away from the table as you can, so you will have a lot of walking patio space for your grill. So you want to bring your rig always to the edge. Your driver's side should be as close to the edge of the concrete pad as you can, and obviously you want to back up as much as you can. Alright, let's do it. So we're gonna pull forward, and you can see that this car might be a little bit on our way, and it's totally fine to ask your neighbors if they can pull back just a little bit. So I'm gonna go straight in that way and then back up this way, and same. So I have a spotter right there, he's gonna guide me, and this kind neighbor is gonna back up for me just a tiny bit. So as you guys can see, I can see my dad on the back and in the mirror. He's showing me, and I am basically aligning my rig as much as I can to the edge. It's not very easy to film and do it. Okay, the last thing to look at is when your spotter is backing you up, I sometimes tell him to look up. I show my finger up, because sometimes the spotter doesn't realize there's a branches above you. So we're good. I'm gonna show you how we parked outside. So this is our setup. This pad is actually wider than normal because this is a handicap accessible that they gave to us, even though we're not handicapped. But so you could technically park it more in the middle, but I still like it as much far away as I can, so the awning could be open safely, and we have a lot of country space, for all our toys. So this is the setup. Before you turn your engine off, you might want to look at the levels. So here's the one level outside here, and you want to make sure you leveled. I say if you're more than 1 or 2 degrees, you might want to use a leveling blocks. I usually keep them in one of my compartments, but they look like this. They're little blocks, and you can put them under your back or front tires. You can build like a little pyramid, and you can drive right on those little blocks to level up your rig. Why do you want to have it leveled? First of all, if it's super unlevel, your fridge might stop because the compressor doesn't like to be unleveled. Then you might have issues with the water, and it's just in general, it's not comfortable when your rig is a little bit off the level. Everything will be rolling on your tables. So if you're here for a couple days, make sure you level. So there is your level right there. Alrighty, that's it. If you're using leveling blocks to level yourself up. Don't forget, once you're in the top of the block, put the handbrake, because just the regular parking won't hold it on the center of the blocks and your rig might roll out. So here's a e-brake. That's how you push it in, and then once you're done, this is how you release it. And the final touch of your parking setup is a privacy cover. Usually 2 people would do it way easier, but I'm busy filming, so it's stored right there in that storage, rolled nice and even, and I'm gonna show you how you hide it behind the doors. So you open the door slightly, and there is a little strap that hides it behind the door, and then you kind of play with it a little bit, and here you go, and you're nice and private. No one can see you from outside. Also, in that compartment on the back, we have some folding chairs. Right now we have them right here. I believe there's 4 folding chairs that you're very welcome to use. And then if you park not on the concrete pad, but your site looks more like this, there's a patio rug right here. We're not gonna use it today, but it's right down there, you can see it, and it's nice and huge, and it will cover the entire area in front of your rig and keep your interior nice and clean.